Hello everybody, this is Emma Purple once again bringing you another brand new video. Welcome to November. I'm going to be sharing all the things that happened to me in October. Not all the things that happened though, but the highlights and then stuff that I learned and my goals and plans for the new month. So if you want to read rather than watch this video, or you'd want to get into more details of how my month went, I will leave a link of my blog post detailing everything that went on in October, things I learned. Anyway, let me go straight into how October was for me. The thing about October is that I had a really great burst of creativity. I wrote all about it in my blog, and it's not just about me doing stuff, but understanding the purpose why doing stuff and creating stuff is so important for me. So first and foremost, I crossed the threshold on YouTube after several years of posting videos. I think I started in 2018 and the growth has been very slow, and I was actually at a point where I struggled to even record myself on video, and I felt so uncomfortable. But like, all these years have passed, I've become more comfortable speaking my mind, and then I finally crossed 100 subscribers. So if you're a new subscriber to my channel, thank you very much for subscribing. I am glad that you made that decision, and I hope that you will not regret it. Yeah, back to the whole thing of creativity. This month, I didn't just have a drive to be creative. I saw the purpose of being creative because I was reading Exodus 31 and how God was giving Moses instructions on how to build the ark, and he called someone's name and said, okay, this person, I will give him the spirit of creativity. And it made me understand that, number one, we don't just create because we are made in God's image, and God is a creator God who makes things that are out of things that are not, who creates something out of nothing. And I was even discussing with my mom during the previous month how deep God's creative power is. And the word that came to my mind was like an echo. When I say echo, I think about eternity, because it goes on and on and on and on and on. Like, think about when God created trees. He didn't just create one thing, but he created that thing with the capacity to create more. And he created human beings with the capacity to create. And when he created Adam and Eve, he instructed them, be fruitful and multiply. And I was really understanding like the purpose that I have personally to create stuff and to make stuff out of nothing. And I really understood why the enemy always tried to fight my creativity with intense imposter syndrome, to think that, okay, I am not good enough to make this, or like, why are you shooting a video, you don't look nice and stuff like that. And it really made me appreciate what I had, whether it was in my music, whether it was in writing poetry, whether it's in creating video, creating content of any shape and form. Like, I really explored that part, and it didn't happen just like that. If you read my blog post, you will know how I became so tired, because I realized that I had a calling to be creative, but I understood that I had been struggling like in a year-long writer's block. And I prayed to God. I was like, God, please help me. Like, I miss those days when I was a kid, when I was in my 20s, where I could just write like I'm on a bus cramped and I'm writing a poem, or I just see a funny shape of a cloud and I'm writing a story. Like, I miss those times, and I didn't understand why I was struggling so hard to finish a book since 2019, like three chapters away from ending it. Why was I struggling so hard? And like, for the first time, I really prayed. I was like, God, please help me, please open my mind. I realized that this is my calling to be creative. Open my mind, my brain to be creative how I used to be before. And voila, just like that, I finished my book in less than how many days? 3 days. Like, I just started and I couldn't stop, and I was typing and typing, and the way the stories used to weave together when I was young, I just came back the same way, and that was really awesome, guys. Yeah. What else about October? A lot of new things are happening in my life in October. Things that I'm not going to say now, but things that I am waiting eagerly for God to bring into completion. It has not been easy since what happened in July. I'm not going to lie. Most days I struggle more than other days, but I realized that everything that I read, everything that I pass through, even if it's reels on Instagram or people that I speak with, is kind of emphasizing the fact that it's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone. I've been saying this for a while, but a lot of the pain that we go through is a stepping stone. And for me, with all that has been happening since July, it was seeing it beyond the theory of, okay, the pain is a stepping stone, the grave is a stepping stone to the glory, the disappointment is a stepping stone to something better, like the delay is a stepping stone to build my patience. Rather than just seeing it in the theory, God brought it into the practical in my life. And every day it was a process of actually seeing those things that should leave me helpless and should leave me like depressed, and actually seeing them lifting me. Because I'm pretty sure that if what happened in July never happened, probably I would still be comfortable where I am now. Because with everything that happened, there was this realization that, okay, life is short, and like I can't waste time second guessing myself, because like you could wake up tomorrow and hear a totally different story. And so it actually pushed me to want to do these things that have always been an idea in my mind for so long. And so I actually saw it as terrible and as painful as it is. I saw it as a stepping stone. Another way I saw what happened in July as a stepping stone was, I had so many friends go through so many painful situations, losing friends, losing family members, and like in my whole life, when I have to console with people and then empathize with them, like I don't really know how it feels, but I really knew how it feels because I know I have been there and I am still there. And in that way, I also saw the pain of losing a loved one personally as a stepping stone to love other people how Jesus Christ expects us to love, and to comfort people with the comfort of Christ.
So another point I forgot to touch on is how our pain can be a stepping stone that really gives us purpose. And I spoke about purpose, but the direction I want to talk about purpose is the purpose of our lives in relation to eternity. Meaning, like understanding that we are stewards of this life that we are given, and we are given the life to achieve something, to do something of worth in our generation, regardless of how small it is. And at the end of everything, there is an eternity, there is a time of reward, there is a time of checks and balances, and then you understand that you are working towards something. And in the past, I believe I've struggled with the idea that the word to describe it all is useless and purposeless, and this struggle like to find meaning and this struggle to achieve stuff. But two things I've come to understand is that if God gave me this life, then number one, I have to appreciate what He has given, and then number two, I have to have faith and understand that the life that He has given me, He will bring it to fulfill its perfect purpose according to His timing.
I don't want this video to be too long today. For November, I have a lot of plans. I'm excited that the year is coming to an end, even though it's kind of bittersweet, but I'm glad that this year turned out how it did. It has been a hard year. Do not be deceived. I'm not going to lie to you. It has been very difficult. But I thank God, even in the difficulties, I thank God for the progress that I can even come and record a November video. How I recorded a January video, February video, I can record a November video. And by faith, I will record a December video, and I will keep on progressing through life and celebrating those little wins. So that's all I'm going to say today. Thank you all for watching again. If you're a new subscriber, welcome. If you are not subscribed, you can subscribe. That's all.